Most people see a brown, crunchy leaf tip and immediately think, oh no, my plant is thirsty. So, they grab the watering can, give it a massive drink, and hope for the best. But here is the scary truth. Doing that might actually be the final nail in your plant's coffin. Your plant is indeed screaming that it can't get water to its leaves, but pouring more water onto the soil could literally drown the last remaining survivors of its root system. And the real reason behind those dry tips is almost never what it looks like on the surface. You buy a gorgeous, vibrant green plant, put it in the perfect spot, and a few weeks later, the very tips of the leaves start turning light brown. Within days, that brown spot spreads, drying out until it feels like burnt toast when you pinch it. It looks terrible, and it makes you feel like a failing plant parent. Here's where most people get tripped up. This exact same crunchy symptom can be caused by two completely opposite problems. Your soil might be bone dry, pulling away from the edges of the pot like a desert. Or your soil might be completely soggy, yet the leaves are still drying out. But why on earth does a plant in wet mud act like it's stranded in the Sahara? Let's find out. To understand this, we have to look at how water actually moves inside a plant. Think of your plant as a giant straw. Water enters the roots, travels up the stem, and evaporates out of tiny pores in the leaves. This process is called transpiration. Because the leaf tips and edges are at the very end of the plumbing system, they're the last to get a drink. If anything, and I mean anything, disrupts that water highway, the tips are the first to die off. And here is where the science gets even more interesting. If you don't water enough, there's obviously no water to pump to the tips. But if you water too much, the soil pores fill with water instead of air. We know the roots need oxygen to breathe. Without it, they experience hypoxia, which is just a fancy science word for suffocating. When roots suffocate, they rot and turn into mush. Since mushy, dead roots can't drink, the top of your plant literally dehydrates and gets crispy, even if it's sitting in a swamp. But wait, there's another hidden culprit. What if your soil is perfectly moist and your roots are healthy, but the tips are still crunchy? People will tell you to mist your plants with a spray bottle to fix this. The problem is, misting only raises humidity for about 10 minutes. If your indoor air is dry, especially from air conditioners or heaters, the dry air sucks moisture out of the leaf tips faster than the roots can physically push it up. Tap water is loaded with minerals, chlorine, and salts. Your plant drinks the water, evaporates the liquid, and leaves those harsh minerals behind right at the tips of the leaves, essentially burning them from the inside out. So, how do we stop the crunch? Let's fix it with a simple 3-step rescue plan. Before you grab that watering can, stick your finger 2 inches deep into the soil. If the soil feels dry and dusty, give it a slow, deep soak until water runs out the bottom. If it's wet and muddy, stop watering immediately. If the pot doesn't have drainage holes, report it into one that does. Roots hate swimming almost as much as cats do. If you suspect tap water minerals are burning your plants, stop using fresh tap water. Instead, use rainwater, distilled water, or simply fill your watering can and let it sit open on the counter for 24 hours before using it. This allows chlorine gases to escape. Now, keep in mind that those brown tips will never turn green again. If they look ugly to you, take sharp scissors and trim them off. But here's the trick. Leave a tiny, microscopic sliver of brown behind. If you cut into the green part, you'll create a fresh wound, and the plant will just build a new brown scab anyway. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Happy gardening, and I'll see you next time.